Alright, this is part 1 of my Imperial Star Destroyer MOC. Call it the ISD Extirpator. Extirpate means to root out and destroy, so yep, this is it. It's built with a full interior and everything is built for play as well. The ultimate goal of this is I want to give it to my kids when I have some. And this will be the centerpiece of their playroom. So I think I'm playing the long game with this. It's definitely not entirely screen accurate, but you can definitely tell what it is, so I'm happy. Happy enough. Alright, let's move into the interior. Starting in the top, we can remove the bridge. This, I'll just put it down right here. And from there, we can take off this top panel and it goes into the interior of the actual bridge. So we got some little crew pits, a meeting table, and an elevator. So the elevator actually goes from, it doesn't physically go from floor to floor, but you can play that you're flipping it around and whatever else. Right in here you can lift up the floor. Oh, sorry, it's the table. You can lift up the floor. I can get it open. Alright, sorry. As I was saying, you can lift up the floor and there's a little office in there. Little rooms on both sides, so here we got like a little miniature meeting room aside from the bridge. And then on the other side we have a little bedroom for the officer, the captain, whoever's here. So this is, I imagine, the captain's office, and you can use the elevator to go from floor to floor. So one side closes and the other side opens. And yep, there is also, of course, rooms in here. Just a little 2-level, nothing too massive. But there is also a mini hatch in the back here, so you can play that you're escaping out the back or something, or entering the back. Could. Yep. So yeah, that's the bridge. Forgot to mention, alongside the guns, we have little hatches in the sides. And they both sides have this. Both sides can store a speeder bike. Little speeder bike of my own design. So, just like this. Nifty little thing. So yeah, just fold it back up. And we can put it in there. There is a room in the front of the bridge as well, I forgot to mention. So here we got just a little office or whatever. I have Captain Pelion and Grand Admiral Thrawn. They're just on a visit from the Chimera. So this is the commanding officer of the Extirpator, Admiral Vigo, along with his ISB subordinates. So I like building a little story behind this. So they're just on a visit, and Thrawn's digging up the atrium. So we got just a little TV in the back, little window. I used for this I'm quite proud of, used the little star pattern CMF plate that came out with the space figures in the bag. So it's just a little window. I know it's like Bigfoot footage, but it's what I used, and I'm pretty happy about that. So just put them back. And yeah, that's the bridge, so I'll take this off and we'll move down then. Alright, so I've taken the bridge tower off, and I forgot to mention, I'm forgetting a lot of things these days, but these are removable, just to play for like battle damage or whatever. A lot of the components on this ship, you can fully remove, like the engines in the back here, you can take them off, simulate battle damage or whatever. But moving inwards, we have the engineering section, where the power generators are, so we got a little pair of technicians going back and forth or whatever, doing their stuff. The engine in the back, little play feature, it turns and the generator runs. So just a little gimmick. nothing too much behind that. And then this bridge right here can actually go forward. So it extends forward into a little doorway that is right here and leads into this little hallway area. And this flips up and you can go straight through. So it's just the stormtroopers figures blocking it. So yeah. And there's a little elevator right there, and then it takes us to the hangar. So, oh, these doors also close and open. That one also slides on both sides, and there is a little hatch underneath just for a little bit of storage space. So with that, I'll call this done and I'll move into the rest of it. All right, so I'm about to take everything off. So I thought I'd show whoever's watching this the process for taking everything off. It's actually very easy. So I have, you've probably seen the seams for these if you were looking closely earlier, but I have these little hatches all over the place. So these two hatches lead to little red pins that are stuck in the edge of each side. So there's some right there. This little hatch is just a play feature, leads into a side room on the hangar. So just a little play feature for boarding actions, but all you need to do here is just pull out the pins on both sides, and yeah, it just slides right off. Just like that. So yeah, there's a lot on the inside, so let's get started. All right, so the ISD Extirpator has an entire interior to it, of course. So we'll just go one room at a time, starting at the front. So this I've envisioned just to be like just a little control area, nothing too complicated, with an escape pod. An escape pod, of course, can fold open and fit somebody, and it's mounted on a rail that, here, I'll just take this out. Yeah, we got a folding, made a TIE fighter here that can fold up and fit inside with everything on top. So, can fold this up, move this back. That's just the mount for the TIE fighter. And we can just drop it right out. Just like that. So we can either play that it's a, kid could either play that's a bomb, of course, for orbital bombardment, or just an escape pod if the ship's going down. We've also got a little loading crane here that can be winched up or whatever, and this can be mounted on 4 different mounts, like right here, here, and right here. So you can just move it around and have a little bit of fun. Moving on to the main hangar bay, we've got just some little hatches right down here. Come on. And you might not be able to see it, but this leads down to another hatch that's on the outside of the ship, and you can play that people are falling right through or whatever. So just these little red pegs just right here, those pull out and the hatch can open fully then on the downside. So set these guys all up for the photo shoot or whatever, so yeah. Moving a little bit further, we've got just an elevator. You can go back and forth. And then here we've got little panels, little control areas on both sides. So the hatches outside that I showed you with the handle on them, they both lead into these little areas. So, yeah, just like little rooms, little repair docks. Both of these little consoles on the edges, I had to find my hand, couldn't see around my phone. Both these little consoles on the edges are actually removable and you can switch them out. So, say you want this one to go on the other side, you can switch them out. Moving down here, we've got like a little armory and an airlock. So, yeah, airlock doesn't open sadly, but a little armory with some guns, boxes, and an airlock that you can play. Maybe you're throwing people out. And yeah. So outside the airlock, we got a hallway. Just a basic one, doesn't go anywhere. So this right here opens up, and just a little crawl space behind it, nothing too much. Leads into the engineering room. Can barely fit a fig in there, but just put it there for the fun of it. And then moving around to the other side, we have this little like maintenance bay or whatever. Sorry, a maintenance bay or whatever. just to hold some stuff. Pilot's in here right now. Maybe he's going to change out of his uniform and put it back. Then moving this way, we got just a little barracks room. The 2 scouts, their speeders are put away, so they're going to go to bed soon. Just with some bottles or whatever. Let's see if I can get a better view of their beds. So just a pair of beds right there. I'll take these videos again just to have better ones to display on YouTube, but yeah. And then the last room on this side is the cafeteria. So right there I got the little sticker that says Cantina. So it's full of food items, little booths and everything. Little cabinet with your lunch trooper. And this right here, behind actually, take this guy. This hatch opens up through the barracks and into the cafeteria. So maybe you're escaping through there or something, moving around. But these guys back. Yeah, the gunners are just on break. Not that there are any guns on here that they could probably sit at, but yep, they're just on break doing their thing. And yeah, I think that just about, oh, wait, no, there's one more room. I'll save that for the next part. All right, so the last room is the jail, or the detention center if you want. So just got the ISB officer, he'll be conducting an interrogation soon. A couple of stormtroopers. Of course, we got cameras, everything. The poor rebel that's in here. And just move this guy, this cell. In true Lego fashion, this cell has an exploding wall. So, wall leads right into the hallway in the back here. So, maybe he's stashed a detonator and he's gonna blow himself out. But, yeah, he's actually, the door's open of course, like that. But, different room, more cameras on the wall, and a little box for stuff. But yeah, I'll do a true sit-down video soon. I'll maybe post it to YouTube or whatever, but yeah. Oh, and I'll show you the vehicles that go alongside this as well. Alright, so we've got 3 vehicles. All 3 of them can fit inside the destroyer, but not all of them at one time, sadly. So we've got our TIE Fighter, just a classic TIE Fighter. Should probably go... Front comes off, hatch comes up, little pilot can fit inside, and to make it fit, the wings fold down, just like this. So the wings fold down and it can fit right in there when the rack is extended. So that's the TIE Fighter. I'm probably going to add stud shooters to it, just to make it a bit more play friendly. And here we got a very, very miniaturized landing craft. So just the pilot fits inside, go like that. There's a little hatch in the front with a very small interior, but can still hold a couple of troops. This one does have stud shooters, and it can also fit in the same space as the TIE Fighter, but the TIE Fighter, you switch it out then. So the rack extends on the bottom there, and you pull it out, and then you put this guy in. His wings fold up twice, so you can fit in there easier, and then this wing folds back, so it can fit inside then. And the last vehicle is just a little troop transport, so it fits inside the hangar when it's all shut up in the middle, and it's got just a little pilot in there. He's ready for combat. Just a gun. Stud shooters again, and 4 little compartments for troops, and a thing in the back where you can come out, and a little box can be stowed in there. So yeah, that's about it for the vehicles.